Welcome to another exciting edition of Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
It's been a bit of a frustrating day today. We're having some technical difficulties, so we're going to jump right into the thing that makes us happy and makes you happy, and that's what has sold. So why don't you take it away, Mr. Magazine?
All right, here we go. First off, it's not baseball season, but it is sports card season.
Isn't it always baseball season?
It's always sports card season. Anywho, I forgot about this. I picked up a collection of sports cards and binders, full sets, and a gentleman had some leftover packs maybe a year ago. So I dug out some magazine boxes, and I found these packs, and now we put them on, and they're worth a lot of money, some of them. So here's a 1985 O-Pee-Chee lot of 5 packs. I think I took a $40 offer on them. Many more to come. Some packs were $50 a piece, $100. It's crazy, surprising. So I haven't dealt with them in quite some time since they've gone up in value.
That's probably the grading phenomenon as well. People are buying them and hoping to pull a star and getting it graded.
Well, and you can grade packs now, too. They just grade the packs. There's another company besides TSA that grades packs. I guess they're known for it. But, it's a hot thing now. If you come across any older packs of cards, I would jump on them pre-86.
Pre-86, yeah.
All right, next up, it is football season.
Isn't it always football season?
To some people, yes. But here we go. Michael Pittman Jr., rookie. We're listing a lot of sports cards right now because there's things are selling. They're hot. And this one went for like $20. So many more to come. This was a limited edition out of 50. Most of the brands now are all Panini brand. So
okay, neat.
But you can find these things in Walmart, Target.
Oh, these are the ones that people rush over to get.
They have these come in the blaster boxes, and you can pull some expensive cards in there. Some cards worth thousands of dollars if you're lucky.
So basically, if you happen to be doing your regular shopping over at Walmart and you see somebody going over to restocking the shelves, you should run over and see if you can't pick up a couple of boxes for.
I think they're $20, and you can double your money just selling the boxes if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are breaking them up because it's so cheap.
Yeah, so I guess if you see them restocking, go over and buy a couple of things.
For sure. Next up, we got a 1933 Vanity Fair. We got Babe Ruth, the Queen, a loaded issue, I would say. It was a pretty cool cover, too. So I think I had this. I didn't have this listed too long. A few months. Sold for $40.
Where did you get that at? Because those are difficult to find. The older Vanity Fairs definitely are.
That is a good question. I do not know, but it was
came in the middle of some collection.
Probably recently, since it was just listed a few months ago.
Nice.
All right. Another magazine, Hollywood Teen Album. This has the Beatles, Sandra Dee, and Elvis. And this one went for the full price. I think $48 to someone overseas.
Oh, another loaded issue there again. The Beatles and Elvis Presley. Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I think this came from the Ohio Hall because there was a lot of like Elvis magazines.
Oh, okay.
Yep, things like that.
High grade then.
Yes, very nice. Yeah,
very good for age. Yep.
Very clean. All right. Lastly, we have a custom Abdullah the Butcher wrestling figure, and I really didn't know much about custom figures as far as being on eBay and selling on eBay. Action figures I knew about, but I have a local customer that comes in regularly, sells me all kinds of stuff, and he was into these things, and he's had a lot more coming, and he paid, I think, $200 for
Oh,
this
okay,
thing.
so he didn't make it himself.
No, but he bought them because I guess they never made figures on certain wrestlers or in a certain, outfit or costume.
So how do the customs work? You find a figure that looks somewhat similar, similar size or similar pose or whatever that you want?
Yes, I think there was someone that looks similar to him, and then if you look closely up at him, there's like clay pieces on his chest and stuff.
Wow.
So
they really go all
molded
out.
it and glued the clay and repainted him. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So it's a big thing, and I guess eBay allows you to do that,
wow.
Until Vero calls up.
Yeah, right. Until
Vince McMahon doesn't want them doing it anymore.
Events, subscribe, tell a friend. You know what the hottest new fad is?
Webkins. No.
Well, we go back to 1925. Crossword puzzles. That's right, crossword puzzles. I actually got this in a deal that we talked about when talking about how you always want to buy in bulk. I don't know if you remember or not, but I had mentioned we were at the flea market, and the person had magazines. I said, how much are the magazines? And they said $3 to $5 each. And I said, well, can you work them out a deal if I make a pile? And they said, sure. So I made a nice big pile, brought them up. They asked how many. They asked if I had counted them. I said, no. They started counting. They said, give me this for them. And it wound up being 80 cents a magazine. Well, this happened to be in there, and it did sell. So it's kind of neat. I couldn't find any others out there from this magazine, Fad Magazine, so I just threw a price on it of $30. I think I took an offer of $25 on it.
Nice.
more or less paid for the whole pile of magazines, or close to the whole pile of magazines, just with that one alone. But sometimes you see something obscure. I mean, you've probably never seen Fad Magazine before right now.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so sometimes these odd little old things do sell, believe it or not. And there was no advertising, anything in it. It just literally was, and some of the magazines were done in pencil as well. So
Nice.
kind of neat little item. You have a subscription to a newspaper, I believe.
I do.
New York Times.
I certainly
Paper
do.
of record, as I recall.
Yeah.
Well, locally we have newspapers as well. And back in the old days, back when kids could deliver the paper and all that sort of thing, back when people read the paper, we had 2 papers up here in Rochester. We had a morning and an afternoon one. And in order to, the kid would go around and deliver the paper every day. And then once a week he'd collect the money from you and everything. And right around the holiday season, he would give you this beautiful calendar.
The calendar.
It was a nice way for him to try to get a little tip for you for the holidays type deal,
why
or from
not?
you for the holidays. Well, if you held on to that calendar, you can get $20 out of it.
Nice.
And I do sell these regularly. They're fairly common around here, so anytime I go to an estate sale or anything like that, and I happen to see one of these, they're always asking $1 on it, $2 on it, something or other like that. I buy it, sell it for $20. Takes 3, 4, 5 months, something like that.
Nice.
Not bad little return for just something that, I'm certainly not rushing to the estate sale because A, no estate sale person is going to picture this.
Right.
And B, it's like, oh my gosh, they got one of the calendars. Let me get there. But it's one of those things, as you're looking through other things, you stumble across it, buy it. I'm sure, whatever area you're in that you're watching this at probably had a similar type deal. Something or other to keep your eyes on. People do buy those. The next thing over here, talk about another magazine. We're going to go a little adult here. It's the Bosom issue. Just picked these up. There were none on there. None seemed to sell. I threw it up for $20. Somebody offered me $24 for it, and they bought 3 different magazines from that run, 24, and I think they paid $36 on the other, something like that. I was into them right. I said, let me just move them on out. Nice to make the quick little sale. A lot of these odd health and beauty magazines from the 1960s, people do buy them. People do buy them regularly. And you can get $20, $25 out of them. And you can tend to find those fairly cheap because a lot of people don't feel there's a lot of value to those. So don't be afraid to buy things like that and list them. And we're going to go with the Rochester theme again. I know you're right on top. You're, what's our nickname for you? No, the one we can say on air. Johnny Technology.
No, I used to be.
And I know you're big into all these new apps like you and all the kids do.
Yeah.
Like
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes.
So apparently it was quite a thing back in the 1940s.
By the way, you should get a TikTok.
Nice. Business cards.
Okay,
They do
cool.
sell.
Yeah.
They do sell. Didn't go for a ton, $16, but on the other hand, it's a business card.
Right, exactly.
Nobody's going to really charge you much for it. 50 cents, $1, something or other like that's what you're going to end up paying for it. A lot of times you get it for free if you're buying, if you're making a lot of stuff, take it and throw it in the pile.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not going to charge you for it at the estate sale. They're going to be going through counting the real things and going, well, let's throw that in. And they're not even going to worry about it. And again, 1940s, you just never know. Believe it's sold to someone locally as well. Crazy kind of things that will sell. Don't know why. Don't care why. The next thing is, this is one of those. You ever have, well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I know you did. What was the item that you sold about 6 different times and nobody ever bought it? Gold.
The gold factory set.
Yep.
Basketball cards.
Ever have something that you just list and it sells and doesn't get paid for, and you relist
Over
it
and
and
over
it
again,
sells and it doesn't get paid for, and you relist it. I've got one of these coming up.
Oh, nice.
Kappa Delta Sorority Pledge Manual 1947 from Syracuse, Sigma Nu. Picked it up. Didn't pay hardly anything for it. Went online and searched, and there was one on eBay, but not from 1947. It was like 1986, and they wanted like $10 on it, something like that. And I said, that's way too cheap for something from 1947.
Sure.
I listed it at $40. Somebody ended up making me an offer on it. Never paid for it. Relisted. Easy enough. You just get your fees back. You hit relist. Put it back up again. Sold again. Great. Never paid for it. Relisted it. Then I get an email a couple of days after I put for my fees back and relisted it. Oh my goodness, I never realized you accepted my offer. Is there any way we can work the deal? I said, sure. I said, I've relisted it. And this is one thing that if you have the time to do, if you're a small operation like me, you can do this. I actually found the item and copied the item number and emailed her the item number. And I said, here is the item number. That way it's nice and easy. Right. They're not going, I can't find it, whatever. She clicked on it. I said, make me the offer you made before. I'll accept it again. She clicked on it, made me the offer, and paid for it.
Nice.
So that is on its way to its beautiful new home. But that's why I want to put up there, just kind of one of those crazy things. But do take the extra time to make it as easy as possible for your buyers. Again, I gave the item number. All they have to do is copy and paste it, send a link, whatever you need to do. Why make them jump through an extra hoop if you have the time? Why make them jump through the extra hoop when you can make the sale much easier for them? And the last thing we have here, the channel has a fair number of friends, as you're well aware. Primetime, Treasure Hunter, always a friend. Auction Professor, another friend of the channel. Well, he went and he did a video on YouTube recently. And I know you catch him from time to time.
Yep.
He was talking about how a lot of people know that there's money in menus and that it's getting more and more difficult to purchase menus because people are paying more because they realize there's more value. So he said what he has done recently is he has moved into, well, you haven't seen the video yet, so
No.
What do you think he's moved into along the same theme?
Besides menus? Mm-hmm. Napkins.
Very, very close. Placemats.
Okay.
He's moved into placemats, and he went on and he was showing how placemats, a lot of times placemats will sell for $20, $25 a placemat. Now, the funny thing about it is I recently did a deal where there were, 30, 35 placemats that were thrown into the deal because they were all folded down. And when I was working out the deal, the person was showing a lot of other things, and he grabbed the placemat and was like, there's a bunch of these. And he was just throwing them in the box. Right. So I didn't pay for them, per se. I mean, obviously I did when I bought this stuff, but the seller put no value at all on them. Then I watched the video, and I said, you know what I'm going to list today?
Placemat.
Hey, you're good at this game. Yeah. So I went down, and I found them, and they're all folded up. Some have stains on them, et cetera, et cetera. Unfolded them all, went up, spent a couple of hours in an afternoon and sold them, or listed them, and guess what I sold?
Placemats.
You are really good today.
Did you lot them or individually?
Individually.
Oh, nice.
So I put that up for $20. The gentleman offered me $24 on it.
Wow.
And he bought another one from the same town for $24. And I had sold a third one the same day I listed it for $25 or something like that. I know you don't like the offers on auctions. I do like the offers on auctions. I like to move the thing out quickly on that there. But that's not bad at all for, sold 3 placemats, $70 for the 3. I did not pay $70 for the big box of paper that I got.
Right.
And it's great to move that kind of stuff. And believe it or not, you can get some really good information watching YouTube videos. And again, shout out to Auction Professor. He definitely helped me on that. And hopefully somebody out there is watching this and gets some good ideas off of the things that we're selling and gives us a shout out as well. So we will see you next video. Bye-bye.